Hey, hey, everybody. Sorry, I'm getting like these weird light things going on right now. I think I need to like drop down a blind really quick. But anyway, sorry, I was messing with my settings on StreamYard, and now I've totally don't like how anything looks. So I'll be changing everything. Anyways, enough about me. I hope that y'all had a really good week. I missed you all. I really did. I know sometimes it's hard to believe, like when you go on vacation, right? But yeah, but it was good. It was good to get away, but it's good to get back too. So, anyways, I'm gonna like fix this blind situation because I cannot deal with this big dot on my forehead. Hold on. Okay. I'm still getting it. I really don't feel like pulling out my ring light and everything. So y'all are just going to have to deal with it. Oh, great. Now I've got a new pop-up from StreamYard that is blocking part of your comments. Fabulous. Oh man. Okay. I'm not gonna start off Monday, which is Moon Day day, which is like what all about our emotions, right? Well, I'm expressing my emotions. So there we go. I was a Moon Day baby. What do they say about Monday babies? They're fair of face or something like that. I'm definitely fair. Definitely pale. All right. However you want to take fair. I guess fair could be pleasant. And hey, girl, my first, oh gosh, every time. All right. Yay, Karen is back. Yay. Good to see you, and you are my first love today. Oh, hey, Elizabeth. Hey, how are you? Good to see you. You're you and Ange, y'all's full moon thing was really cool. I love when y'all do those. I couldn't watch the whole thing. Um, you know, family was the part of the moment, but I had some time to sneak and watch. So I enjoyed that. Oh, hey, Millie, how are you? Grand rising to you, Millie. It's like a good dose of sunshine. All right. Hey, Sandy, my true blue Sandy. How are you doing today? It's good to see you. I'm just looking at myself. I dressed like it was Easter today. You'd think it was Easter. What is my coffee? With your Splenda, right? Oh, today's mug. This one's cute. It was gifted to me. Isn't it so cute? All right. It just makes me happy. All right. Thank you for being here, John. We love you. You ask for things like my son does. Mom, where is it? Mom. Oh, hi. Hi, Krista. So good to see you. I'm so happy you are here. I hope you had a wonderful week. And I missed getting to join in on your streams. But We were having really fun family days. But it's so good to see you. Thank you for being here. And y'all, please check out Blindly Inspired, Krista's channel. Um, she's just so soothing, and she knows a lot about feng shui. You can ask her about that. She has just a lot of, like, a plethora. That's a good word. A plethora of knowledge about all kinds of different things. And I always enjoy listening to Krista. So thank you for being here. Yay. Good dawning. Hey, Josh, how are you? Good to see you. Y'all, please check out Mr. Floyd's Universe. I forgot to tell y'all, I think Krista goes on about 12 p.m. Eastern on her channel, and Josh is, I think, about what, 10:33 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. Please check him out. All right. Scroll faster, Karen. Scroll faster. Okay. Yay. Made it to the end. All right. So I was thinking, what a great day to probably focus, maybe figure out how we can regulate our emotions better this week. Because Mondays are usually pretty frustrating, right? Especially if you're working like the 8 to 5 grind. But actually, I mean, any job really is that way. But there's something about the pettiness of office politics in particular, because I know I worked in one for a long time. And, people get, although they have plenty to do, they still get bored and create drama, or just things just happen in interactions you would never have, maybe with somebody. Maybe you would be totally cool, like, I don't know why this is the first example popping in my head, because I don't go to church every Sunday, but let's say y'all went to church, say y'all went to church together or something like that, and y'all get along great. But working together, no. I mean, no, because it can bring out really sometimes petty qualities, competitive qualities in people. And it's almost like high school repeated at times. Seriously. Yeah. I don't miss that environment, I must say. I don't like drama. I feel uncomfortable talking, about people or hearing people talking. Like, it just doesn't feel good, right? It feels very low vibe, and I don't like that. And what goes around comes around, too. I don't want to further that cycle, I guess. So, all right, I'm thinking about, like, what deck do we want to look at today? A good Monday deck. I had the idea in my head before I got in here, and then I forgot it. So much for that. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, like, pull something out like I haven't pulled out, like, in a while. Oh, and I want to get my my DBT cards, which are, I mean, they're close by. So I'm going to go grab those really quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. All right. So I'm going to do something that, I normally don't ever get to pull this deck out because it's really about the guidebook. You'll see what I mean. But I'm like thinking, and I remembered I had this idea earlier, but I already forgot. It was the blind spot that I wanted to pull out from Teal Swan. And it is a very eye-opening guidebook. Very, very eye-opening. But the descriptions can be a little bit lengthier. And plus, it's hard to intuitively read these cards. She drew these sigils. And this is like what you have to go by. And they're all like these different images of what she created. So there's not like a key word or anything. So it's a deck that I've used more personally. It's a great for shadow work. Highly recommend. Probably like journaling. It would be a good thing to do on a Monday, right? Like at the end of the day, especially, if you're like, I'm frustrated about this or whatever, maybe like work through something rather than sometimes like we dump these things off on our friends, our family, or spouses too. And sometimes we're saying more than we need to say too. So sometimes we just maybe just write some of the rant out and then maybe get some of that out or channel it into something cool. I don't know, anything. Or even better, think about the things we're grateful about. Close out the day with a better memory. If you don't want to like journal, just like bullet journal, which is just basically a fancy way of the little bullet points. And just, write down 5 things that you are grateful for in a day. And that way, right before your sleep, you're training your brain to think more positively, not focus on the negative memories of the day. So a lot of those memories are small, minute, they're fleeting, right? Wow. Scrolling down, I'm like, oh, Milky. John, okay, that's funny. I got to show this. That has happened to me before too. And I almost hit send, but I got it just in time, but it kept trying to change it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so going to happen to me. Millie's going to be Milky. I'm like, oh my gosh, no. That's so funny. I thought I was the only one. Hey, Trista. How are you? I hope you're doing much, much better now. Hopefully you've had some more time to heal over all of the respiratory things and all of the ick that was going on for you. I hope you're feeling much better. And thank you for being here. Yes, that's a good one too. Not like even, yeah, before you open your eyes, be grateful and thankful. Yeah. And I like to set the intention before I go to sleep too. That and I did that last night. I set the intention. I was like, I'm gonna wake up, early, and I'm gonna have a good day. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that, and it all was like positive things. And but I was like, and if I can't get it all done, I'm still going to be really pleased with everything I got done at the end of the day or something like that. I don't know. I'm not an expert, y'all. Not quite healed. Oh no, it's bronchitis. Oh no, Trista, that's so hard to get over. I've had that once. It was bad. And I got it like in my early 20s when I was all tough and everything too. It took me out. Hey, Norville. I just got to show your happy little emoji. Howdy, y'all. So good to have you here. Oh, all right. Let's get going on this. Let's see what like an emotional blind spot, a collective emotional blind spot that we might need to focus on this week. Oh, okay. It's number 39. And sometimes I like to look at it a little bit first and see if anything, stands out to me. I kind of like keep seeing like the arrow, like it's a compass point, like something is going up. Looks like a rocket. I don't know. That kept getting my attention. So it's interesting, but everything seems to be going up, but it's like balanced on a ball. Let's see what she says. Now, people like either love or kind of hate on Teal Swan. I take everything with a grain of salt. Like, I like some of the stuff she says, and then some of it I'm just kind of like, okay. Each for their own, right? Duplicity. I kind of got that Two of Pentacles feel, right? Like almost like teetering either way. And she says, if you've drawn the sigil, the reaction you are having to something is an indication that you are deceiving yourself. What you show the world is not a true reflection and may even be the opposite of what is authentic about you. So what inside is not being reflected out to the world, the same as what, it's not a true reflection. It's interesting because I just got my mirror charm in from some like little Temu things I forgot I got. And I was really happy. Just put that in my bowl last night. So yeah, reflections. When we have decided it is not okay to own and accept and admit to something about ourselves, we tend to transform the unacceptable into its opposite. For example, when a man who is leading a march against homosexuals is homosexual himself, or when a woman who hates another woman throws a party for her, or when a man struggles so much with his desires and impulses that he becomes a priest. Yeah, these are extreme, right? I don't even have to finish that one off. When we are two-faced or hypocritical, especially when we don't realize it, or if we are extremely polarized in any way, we may be falling prey to duplicity. And here's another interesting thing is like, that's always the first thing I like to talk about with astrology. It's like in my teacher too, a lot of astrologers, the basis of it all of astrology is polarities. As people, like, we like to label things. And, the greatest polarities in life are like the sun and the moon, masculine and feminine, whether you're extroverted or introverted, all kinds of things, right? So this kind of comes into, these labels. So maybe we're not seeing things or coming across as gray enough. I don't know. Let me keep going here. All right. So harsh judgments of other people and things, as well as our desire to set ourselves at the opposite end of the scale and prove we are nothing like that and have nothing to do with it, often points to an insecurity within ourselves. And that's the moon. Like, we'll find our insecurities in the moon, in our inner selves. A lot of our insecurities will hide in those places in our astrological chart. If you are insecure about being, this is for an example, about being a selfish person, you are likely to rant and rave against selfish people and do everything to be a leading example of a selfless person. The things that you oppose need not necessarily be inherently negative, simply things that whether objectively good or bad, you've experienced them as personally unacceptable and shameful. So we might be avoiding an insecurity that does exist within us. And we are both denying and disguising it by taking the polar opposite position. So it's like, yeah, going way over in the other extreme, we might be secretly just proving something wrong and maybe do something, and it could be something really small, right? That just one gesture or something, but it was inauthentic because we don't want to come across as a certain way. But in a way, all we do is just end up kind of falling into another label, right? I don't know. That's interesting. So I think it's like being authentic and also looking at our insecurities and just making sure like we're not going and doing something just solely based off of like how we think it would make us look. I don't know. How it makes us feel. Anyways, that's interesting. That's food for thought there, Teal. Let's get. Kind of want to get some tarot on this. A little bit more here. A little bit more. I'm just using my RWS. Ooh. This deck has had a lot of love. Okay. Just a little bit more. Just got the Four of Wands in reverse. I feel like disappointments and, you know, it can be arguments, especially in the home. A messy home, even. A messy home, things like that. Also, like the Four of Wands, you know, we have celebrations. We have like coming together. You know, it looks like they're literally standing outside of this like castle or, you know, kingdom or whatever. And, you know, hey, almost like kind of makes me think of the Lays, you know, in Hawaii. Oh, okay. The Ace of Swords just flew up. Yeah, okay. This is like masculine energies too. Air and fire, air and fire, fire and air. One more. Now, obviously, this would be like in a clearer way of thinking, like trying to be a little bit more logical, but also kind of like to get to those points about our emotions, like we have to figure out how to utilize our logical brain to think and recognize what our emotions are doing. And in a process, we're kind of labeling those in a way, but I feel like it'll be some kind of like breakthrough, right? There's some type of breakthrough or something that needs to be even communicated with the Ace of Swords. But whatever it is, it's the truth. So to be truthful in just in clear. So it's clarity. It's clarity. And Ooh, on the bottom, 7 of Pentacles in reverse. It's like, I feel like sometimes like just like kind of like giving up investing your time and efforts into something. Maybe it's tired of even like waiting for something to materialize, to manifest. And it's caused some kind of, disappointment and instability here. But to tap into that swords, the clear air thinking is to tap into that, because that is the blockage right there, is seeing it clearly. Spirit's kind of tongue-in-cheek with these things. And most important thing here is to not lose hope, because we can be in this like depressive state. But also the star to me is, and I've talked about this before, I think it was on Bill's channel once, a few different times, that it's kind of, she's like the bridge between heaven and earth here. And it's a healing, it's rejuvenation, all those great things that you hear with the star. But really, like, is to not lose hope and faith that there is, room for miracles, room for things to change, room for things to get better. But don't become impatient with it. Something about patience here. And when I picked the 7 of Pentacles in the reverse, the Queen of Swords was underneath that. So really her energy, because see, she's above the clouds there. Her head is literally not in the clouds. It's above that. So let's pull some charms. And I know that's like kind of really general. It's kind of hard, and collective. But with that, you can take and apply to your situation specifically that you know of, right? Sorry, I'm leaning over doing this today. All right. Michelle. We're already getting that emotional, the water quality, right? But this is one that was found there's nothing in it. So that's about opening up, right? Maybe communicating something here. I got the letter Y. I just heard yes. Yes. And a positive plus a positive. Think more positively. A little battery. And that's also the feminine, the masculine. Clever spirit. That's clever. Yeah. That is a polarity. Oh, this one, he's never come out before. A cute little pink little hedgehog. Oh my gosh, so cute. Cute. All right. So cute. And it's pink. But also, like, you got to be careful when you touch them because it can be kind of prickly. So maybe like, maybe I just heard feel salty about something in the inside, but like people pleasing, like we just pretend like that nothing is wrong, but we really should have just communicated it, because all it does is make us feel, like hopeless about the whole thing by perpetuating it. Wow. Okay. That was a lot that just came out. I really don't know what this thing is. I think it was somebody's Lego hat. It almost looks like it was a Lego. I think it's supposed to be like a little toboggan. And a little Lego seat. But it's empty. And another, okay, so a football helmet. And an X. Okay, all right, we get it, all right. So yeah, this is, the protection mechanisms, but I'm remembering too about this little Lego guy, the toboggan, that it came off of my Lego thief guy. So I've got to find him and put that back on. And then there's a football helmet. Um, I feel like sometimes that we are just letting people get away with things, right? There's an appropriate way to say things. And I've never said this before with the seat, but it just came into my head as I dropped it on the ground. Is like sometimes though too, especially like people like, our family and closer ones, to maybe like try to like sit down like also like later, maybe just say like, hey, I don't agree with that if it's serious enough or whatever, but I would like to talk with you about it later, Of course, they might like, storm off and say some awful things, depending, on how they react. Reactions are a big thing. But anyways, but sometimes if they mean well, like they kind of come back around and be like, I'm sorry, but yeah, I'd like to talk about it, But anyways, it's something about with that is about, speaking our truth, not letting things just slide that, just because we don't want to appear, like we're causing trouble or whatever. But sometimes those things can build up. I mean, and, I'm not saying like to run around and talk about every like little thing because that's a waste of time. But in being truthful to yourself is like, I'm not going to let that bother me and just keep moving on, right? And finally, our last term here is green eggs and ham. Sam, I am. Remember, Sam's like, no way will I eat green eggs and ham. And the funny thing is what? We ended up eating it and liking it. So maybe too, it's like trying to do something that you didn't think that you would like, and that can be even like saying our truth sometimes that can be difficult, right? But I feel like it'll be a good release. All right, so we're going to get a DBT skill. We are, I'm sorry, at 32 minutes here. So I'm trying to keep these as close to 30. So we'll do this and close out. But I have been gone for weeks, so, I got to get back into the swing. What do we most need to see today, Spirit? What will help all of this? And I just got chills in both arms. So I think hopefully a really good one's going to come out. All right. This is an interpersonal effectiveness skill. Number 52, 7, the chariot. Use self-compassion meditation. Relax using mindful breathing. Visualize someone you like and think, may you be peaceful, may you be safe, may you be healthy, may you be happy and free of suffering. Feel your compassion deepen for that person. Now do the same for someone you dislike. Today, extend your compassion to everyone you meet. That's interesting. Sometimes, too, I just heard like we don't want to, just even smiling at a stranger, like it can kind of feel weird, right? Sometimes. But I mean, I kind of have a, typically, it's kind of like a Southern thing down here too, a little bit. Just how I was raised, as we say, raised. Anyways. But I think that's a good way. Like, I feel like the positive energy that we send out, that we get back. But I believe that we need to be authentic and true to ourselves too. And also, if we are actually truly talking about, be positive, do all these things or whatever, and if we're not actually embodying that and putting that out in our actual 3D reality, and being too defensive, maybe even with the helmet, perhaps thinking, you know, something's going to be taken from us or something. So I think that there is always like a light and a dark side of things, and that's also what I'm seeing. So put the two head coverings together, and with the battery, there's positive, there's negative. This is about opening up a little bit more, maybe being a little less prickly, a little less salty, and just give it a try. Sam, I am. You'll take what you need out of that. And I'm really excited to be back this week. And I will see you all for sure tomorrow morning. So thank you all so much for being here today. I'm sorry if y'all came in and I didn't see. Oh, I do want to say, if y'all want to do hey, Justine. Oops, sorry, Wild Ones. I'm so sorry, y'all. I, was just trying to move it along here. But please know, oh, hey, Lindsay, please know, like, I love you all. Squirrel. I'm so ADD, y'all. It's funny. Oh, hey, Heather. Hey. Oh my gosh. Leah. Oh gosh. Thank you all so much. Victor. Hey. You're actually who I wanted to share. If you're looking for a good good meditation, please subscribe to Victor's channel every day. He does this every day, twice a day. And it's at 9:45 a.m. Eastern and 9:45 p.m. Eastern, my time here. So anyways, yeah, please check him out. It's such a great community, and you just feel like all this collective energy because a lot of us are all doing it, and everybody's so friendly. It's just really great, and it's growing. So we're excited about it. All right. That's my PSA for the day. All right. Please don't. But it's good to say hey to you. I love you all, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye. Mwah. Oh, make sure you'll maybe comment or something. That'd be cool too. All right. Bye.